Today's topic is beginning phonics, and I want to start off by defining what is phonics. When we read and when we write, what we're really doing is we're taking the letters that are written on the paper and we're converting them into the sounds of our spoken language. So the understanding that the letters represent the sounds and being able to read them is called the alphabetic code, because it's really, our letters are really just a code for the sounds. So phonics is teaching the child that code. And phonics instruction is probably my most important responsibility and my biggest responsibility as a kindergarten teacher. So I wanted to kind of let you know some of the things that we do in class and a little bit of the why behind some of the strategies that we have. And I think it's important for you to know what we're doing, and also a little bit of the why, because when your child is reading at home and you're listening to them, if you understand what we're doing and why we're doing what we do, some of the things that you say and do in your response to your child can sound a lot like the things that I say and do when I'm responding to them reading. So it'll kind of streamline our efforts. So the first big understanding in phonics instruction is there's two different types of sounds: vowel sounds and consonant sounds. So when we talk about vowels and consonants in our class and in our curriculum, we're really talking about the sounds that you hear. And our curriculum actually does not use the term letter until a little bit later on. When we talk about letters, we say a picture of the sound. So this is called a chaining folder right here, and I wanted to show it to you because you have some take-home pages that come with our curriculum that you can do some kind of similar activities with, and we use chaining folders a lot in our class. So in a chaining folder, at the top we have all the vowel sounds, and at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, the bottom we have some consonant sounds that have been taught. So how do we know a sound is a vowel sound? Well, vowel sounds have some characteristics that they all share. All vowel sounds are made with your mouth open. So for instance, if I say eh, my mouth is open, nothing is blocking the air from getting out of my mouth. Whereas when I say my mouth is closed. This is a vowel sound, this is a consonant. Vowel sounds are made with your voice on. Listen, eh, your voice is on. T, voice off. You don't use your voice box to say the t sound, but you need it for I. Vowel, consonant. You can stretch vowel sounds. Listen, ah. I can stretch or hold on to that sound for pretty long. When I say d, I cannot stretch that sound. It's a stop sound. So ah is a vowel sound, d consonant sound. Also, you can sing vowel sounds. Listen, ah. We have fun with that one in class. You cannot sing p. This is a consonant, this is a vowel. Now, kids will try to sing p, but they'll say pa. What they're really doing is they're adding a vowel sound so that they can sing it. We don't want to do that. This sound is p, it's not pa. Pa is p. This sound is p. Your voice is off. It's just a little puff of air. All right. So when we first begin teaching children how to read, the words that we use will be made up of consonant, vowel, consonants. Those are called CVC words. So you're probably going to hear your child say, "Oh, that's a CVC word," as they're reading, and that's what they're talking about: consonant, vowel, consonant. So here are two consonants. You can hold on to the r sound. It can be stretched. R. You can't hold on to the d sound. D, d. Now, the r doesn't have all those other characteristics of a vowel, so it is a consonant still, even though you can stretch it. So it's a little bit easier to read words with a sound that you can hold on to or stretch at the beginning of the word. And d is at the end. So it would be a lot harder to read a word that began with the D sound because you're not going to be able to hold on to that sound. So if a child was reading this word, I would tell them stretch the word out. Red. And then read it naturally. Red. That's a little bit easier to hear the sounds than if they said red. Did you hear how I kind of chopped up those sounds? That makes it a little bit harder to read. So my feedback to them and your feedback to them can be, okay, try to stretch the sounds. And even if it's not a word that begins with a sound that can be continued, let me think about one. Okay, so you can't stretch the B sound, but remember, you can stretch all consonants. You can stretch all vowel sounds. So you could still stretch this word, bed. What's the word? Bed. And when kids are reading and writing, the sounds that they most often get wrong are going to be the vowel sounds. So we do a big focus on those vowel sounds in our class. So for the chaining folder, we will build a word. So I might say, build the word met. Et. Stretch it. Met. And remember, it's easier to stretch it than met. We don't want to chop it up if we don't have to. So then I might say, okay, change the vowel sound to I. So they will know that eh is the vowel sound, and they're going to change it to I. Now, they might be able to say mit, but I would still have them, okay, start at the beginning. Stretch that word. Mit. What's the word? Mit. And I might say, okay, what's the first sound in mit? Tell me the last sound in mit. T. Tell me the vowel sound in mit. I might not always go in that order from beginning to end, but I want them to be able to remember from our phonemic awareness video. I want them to be able to isolate or separate those sounds and be able to read them all together. So I just showed you two things that we do in class, two little activities that we do in class. Also, I will be sending home periodically books that look like this. They are decodable books. They're called decodable because this is your child's way of practicing the code, practicing the phonics, practicing those letter-sound relationships. So the purpose of these books is they are training wheels for reading. They're giving your child the opportunity to practice whatever we have learned in class, whichever spelling patterns we've learned. Most, if not all, of the words in these books are words that your child should be able to sound out. So these are books that they read to you to practice learning their phonics. Other books, like this is just an example, I got it from my little boy's bookshelf. Most children's literature or those take-home books that I give from Scholastic, these books have different purposes. So when your child is reading these books to you, remember these are the training wheels. Your child's going to read them. You might your feedback, the things that you're saying might be, okay, what's that vowel sound? Or stretch the word. Or hey, what was that first sound? That might be what you're saying to them as you read. When you're reading these types of books to them, remember, these are for building listening comprehension. These books are for building vocabulary. You read it to them. There's lots of rich discussion, lots of conversation. So both of these types of books are very, very important, but they're for very different purposes. So these books right now, when I'm sending them home, they're pretty simple because we haven't learned very many sounds yet. They're going to get more complex, and the stories will get better with more that you can discuss. But remember, the purpose of these is for that code. So when I was just reading those words to you or talking about these books, you may have been thinking, oh my gosh, my child can't do any of that. Or you might be thinking, oh, my child's so much more advanced than that. Of course, I can't make a video for everybody. So this is kind of just in the middle of the road expectations at this point in kindergarten. We do have strategies and materials for children who aren't there yet or who are already there and passed it up. So for your individual needs, I can definitely get with you and kind of give you some more information about maybe where your child is. And I will definitely make one or two, maybe more videos about phonics as the child learns more throughout the year.